Hello, and welcome. Welcome to another ChabDog Sports Talk Show, live every Sunday morning here from our studios in Hermosa Beach. This week, ChabDog is away in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, visiting his son, who's, I think, he's a junior there, if I'm not mistaken. He'll be finishing up pretty soon at the University of Alabama, so he's having a splendid time. So he's off, but we got everybody else here today, and this is our... Oh, where'd our slide go here? This is our ... There we are. The ChabDog leaves town barely before getting effed by the Bears Week 10 preview show. And that is because, of course, on Thursday Night Football, everybody took the Bears except me. I took the Panthers, and the Bears won, but they won by 3. And everyone got scooped by a half a point there. And I'll put that to the gallery here. Abe, do you feel abused by the Bears?
Of course I feel abused by the Bears. I mean, you know, you expect them to do something good, and I mean they won. It's just, I mean, when you're only getting 3 points against the Carolina Panthers, which is also a very horrendous team, it just sucks to lose by half a point. You really feel that. I mean, I felt it. I was like, I can't believe I lost that game by half a point. Just incredible.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty disappointing. This is probably a good juncture where I can let everybody know this is the show here is brought to you by the law offices of Brandon S. Chabner, where Brandon takes care of corporate law and corporate documentation, mergers and acquisitions, money raising, etc. And he also takes care of his wills, trusts, and estates, and I aid him in that effort there. And we do really fine documentation there for you and your family, so you want to check us out there. And, you know, well, welcome back here to our Week 10 here, where we're coming up on some great games. We got a few teams off this week. The Chiefs, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Eagles are all off this week on a bye. But we got ChabDog off on a bye. But we also have, with Abe, we've got Dorothy Detroit, maybe. And we've got Aaron York coming in at some point as well to give you their picks. And we got Abe, who I thought would be off on a cruise this week. Turns out he's in town. So, Abe, are you in Santa Clarita right now?
No, I'm actually in Santa Ynez. I'm near Solvang, here just north of Santa Barbara. I have my brother-in-law who flew in from the Philippines, and so we decided to do a little bit of a day excursion, and so we came to Solvang last night, and we're here now. Solvang's like a little Dutch town. They call it the Dutch capital of America, and it's just such a you really feel like you're in Denmark. I guess maybe a Danish. I guess it's more Danish. Right?
Well, it's got windmills and stuff, right?
Yes. It's got windmills.
That's Holland. So
I guess it's...
Yeah, it's funny. The Dutch, Holland. You think the Dutch are from Danish, but the Danish are Danish, but they don't eat Danishes. But the Dutch have windmills, and the Dutch it's the Dutch. Anyway, Abe, I know that you are a Marine, and yesterday was November 11th, so I want to shout out to you and your father, who I also have had the pleasure of meeting, and thank you for your service to our country. And I hope you had a great day yesterday. And I want to thank you. I hope everybody who's serving right now is having a terrific day, as good as they can. But, thank you, Abe. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. My privilege.
Oh, our privilege, too. Well, with that, it's everyone's privilege now, because we're going to switch channels here and get to NFL Week 10 picks. And I can't wait to show the results at the end here, where we see you had a really good week last week, Abe, if I'm not mistaken here.
I did. I haven't had that many, but last week was a good one.
A 10-win week is a pretty darn good week. But this week, everybody starts off with a loss except moi. And we jump into game number 1 here. The 5-3 Niners at the 6-2 Jaguars. Both teams coming off of a bye this week. The Jags are 4-1 outright and against the spread as home underdogs under Doug Peterson. So here they are, home underdogs, and they're pretty tough there. Jags have also covered 5 straight games, the longest active streak in the NFL this season. And while the Niners are 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 games off of a bye, and they are 0-3 against the spread in their last 3 games. Well, we know the last 3 games have not gone well for the Niners. However, I do believe Deebo Samuel's coming back. Can you back me up there, Abe? Is Deebo coming back?
I think he is. I think he's coming back in this one. Let me just check the NFL injury list. But
Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas.
I meant this one.
Bueller.
There we are.
Bueller.
Aaron, do you have any intelligence on Deebo Samuel's whereabouts today?
I've not been tracking Deebo Samuel because he's not on my fantasy team, but I don't know. I'm hoping he is because I like San Francisco in this game. So that would be nice if they had someone else for Brock Purdy to throw to, and that my preseason Super Bowl pick, who looked like a genius pick a few weeks ago, can bounce back. I think they are bounce back because I don't think Jack had a make. So I am counting Deebo Samuel back.
You know what I really like too, if you don't mind,
dominant over the National Football League.
You'll probably
To do that,
shoot me.
Need Brock who look like
I really
quarterback.
Oh, let's.
Okay.
Dorothy, can you mute yourself?
He's expected to return.
Can you guys ask Dorothy to mute herself? I don't think she can hear us.
Hold on. I haven't seen it. But I've been around the shop.
I wonder if I can mute her.
Oh, yeah.
Mute her without muting everybody. Dorothy. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Dorothy, who do you like, the Niners or Jaguars?
He is set to start. Jonathan Gannon can.
Feels like it's something you should do.
Dorothy D.
Can you guys hear me and see me now?
Yeah,
we
can
hear everything going on. In fact, it's interrupting the show.
What?
Now we can hear you.
I just dropped my nephew, so I'm ready to chat. I don't have a child anymore. I just realized how hard it is having a kid. Okay. I am choosing not the Niners. Carolina.
That's the joke.
I mean Jacksonville, excuse me.
Excellent.
Jacksonville! Some cat, okay?
Yeah, you're taking the pussycat. Well, it's Aaron and I. We're the only ones taking the Niners here. Everybody else is all deep over the Jags here. I can see why now that I looked at the betting stats. It's better to take the Jags. All the numbers, the betting karma, mojo is all going for the Jags. But I still, Deebo Samuels is back, actually. The Niners are coming off a rest.
Yep.
They dropped 3 straight. I'm with Aaron. They're my Super Bowl pick as well. They're going to be playing. They're going to lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So this is where they got to come back and win here. And, they're both. Yeah, Jags are 6-2. The Niners are 5-3. The Jags, you're not that good at 6-2 as a 6-2 team is, and the Niners aren't as bad as a 5-3 team. They should both be 6-win teams minimum. So I'm taking the Niners too. I'm with you, Aaron. All
right. What was that?
I'm with you. Taking the Niners, but we're on to game 2. The 5-3 Cleveland Browns at the 7-2 Baltimore Ravens. Ravens a 6.5-point favorite. Boy, Ravens are 4-1 against the spread this season against teams currently with winning records, and the Browns at 5-3. That's a qualified winning record. And the Browns are 6-15 against the spread in division games under Kevin Stefanski. And I happen to know personally, they are owned by the old Browns own the new Browns. Like this, just look at the stat. As Abe would say, the numbers tell you very clearly what happens there. It's a bad beat there. Now 6, that's a lot of lumber there. ChabDog is taking the Browns, but we're all on the Ravens here. I don't think 6 is a lot of lumber. We'll start with you, Aaron. Is 6 too much lumber for the Ravens to push the Browns out of the way?
No, they just bring people out the last 3 weeks, and now they got this Cleveland team that they have a good defense, but maybe they started to see what they wanted to see out of Deshaun Watson last week. But is he good enough to keep up with this Baltimore team that looks like a juggernaut? Baltimore in all cylinders. A lot of people didn't think they were going to cover against Seattle. They blow out Seattle. I don't even remember, though. They blew out Detroit. A lot of people, we all thought Detroit was going to cover that. So I'm going to keep rolling with it until they stop killing everyone. That's what I'm doing on Ravens. I'm just going to keep rolling with it until it stops. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, Abe, you're on the Ravens. You want a similar philosophy?
You know what? Yes, definitely. Mr. Met over here has a great point when it comes to the Ravens. The Ravens have easily won their last 4 games by more than 6 points, and I don't think it's going to be a problem against the Browns. With the Deshaun Watson, who's just getting back from the IR and who maybe is not 100% with that rotator cuff strain. We'll see. But it's these little things here that I think will add up for the Ravens to come out ahead, especially since this is a home game for them.
Yes, and now, Dorothy, before we talk about the Ravens, tell us more about childcare. Because you contemplate being a mother someday. And what are your current thoughts about being a mother one day?
Totally changes your life. That's for sure. I'll say. I didn't get to really fully do my hair today, and we went to Universal Studios yesterday. Spent the whole day there. I think Abe would have been really fun to have with us. But I'm going Ravens because they killed us poor Lions, and we are on our way to the Lion game. But yeah, Ravens. Definitely Ravens. They're good. They killed Seattle last week too, and that's the other team that beat us.
Yes. So where are you driving? Are you in LA County right now?
Yeah, we're on our way to the game, so we're gonna go tailgate. You all are welcome to join us. Even you, Aaron, catch a nonstop. Get your butt over here. Like anyone can.
All right.
We're going to tailgate. You can come to the game with us. The tickets are only $40 to $50.
Oh my gosh, that's so great!
Well, there's so many seats at SoFi. That's awesome.
I mean, Eric, join us. Totally should. If you get tickets last minute, like we do, they're like $40-$50.
Okay, I'll get them. I'll see if I can get them StubHub during the show because I'm literally like SoFi is. I don't know. I drove up the other day. It's really close. It's not hard to get to it all. The only thing would be getting parking in there. You ever try to park around SoFi?
Just ride your bike over. We're gonna tailgate. You can just walk in or something. Just park your car like in Inglewood or something.
Oh yeah. They sell. There's tons all the neighborhood around there. There's homes you can see they've been selling because the Forum's nearby there, and the old Hollywood racetrack's near there. So they've been selling parking forever there. And there's some Fleabag motels. Yeah, with all that new development, I'm surprised they still got all the Fleabag motels there.
There's a lot of Lions in town. We saw them at Universal Studios yesterday. We're like, go blue, Lions.
Well, that's funny. I haven't seen too many down all right, well, it's going to be poor ChabDog. That's you can hear that music. Yeah, it's because ChabDog's going to the island on this one today. He's going to be the mighty predator here, taking the lowly person, taking the Browns, and plus. Yeah. Oh well. Sorry, ChabDog. But we got to get on here.
We got to get on.
We got to get it on here. Game 3. The Texans at the Bengals. The 3-5 Texans. They're kind of going nowhere. Tennessee Titans. Titans. No, Texans. Only steers and queers come from Texas.
Bueller. Texas only steers and queers come from Texas. Bueller.
There we are. 4-4 Houston Texans at the 5-3 Cincinnati Bengals in Paycor Stadium. It's a 10 a.m. game. Bengals have covered 4 straight games after starting the season 0-3. And the Texans are 4-1 against the spread as dogs this season, and they've had 4 straight covers. They're 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games as an underdog, and they're a 6-point dog today. Bengals are 26-14-1 against the spread in their last 3 seasons, and 16-7 and 1 against the spread in the last 2. So people have been making a lot of money, making bank on the Bengals because they've been winning well above average there in recent times. However, this is 6 points, and this is today, and this is against a raging hot Houston team. Oh, yeah, I deliberated over this. 6.5. Yeah, our line's 6.5 here. Let's start with Dorothy, because Dorothy, you took the Bengals. Why do you take the Bengals?
Yeah. I think they are a team that starts up like this and gets better and better as the year goes on. And they did that last year. They're doing it again this year. 2 years ago, they weren't on my radar. I should look at the stats. But they're getting better and better. So I don't see what y'all see in the Texans. I didn't choose them last week, and I unfortunately didn't get that. But
That's the joke.
Hey,
seriously,
Vegas. The betting window in Vegas wouldn't have cut you that either, or no book would ever.
I know. But
sorry.
I was thinking of putting a curse on all you this week because I was literally kidding. I'm not kidding. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, thank you. Thank goodness. I thought it was your curse because it's been a horrible week. Well, good. The curse is off.
Dorothy is the modern day Bewitched.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. She's gonna wrinkle her nose, and we're all going to go into. All of her picks are going right to
hell. She wins 60% of her games. I mean, she has this uncanny accuracy.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Abe, you took, but Abe, you took the Texans.
I did take the Texans.
Joke.
I took the Texans. Look, they've done great. If you look at the Texans, they've done actually a very good job of actually keeping a lot of their games close. CJ Stroud, has very impressive offensive numbers. He's had over 2,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. He's only had 1 interception this year. These are even better numbers than Joe Burrow. The other thing that I think favors the Texans is that the Bengals star wide receiver, Jamar Chase, he's still listed as questionable today with back soreness. So there's hit or miss if he's going to play. Mm-hmm. So I don't see the Bengals just running away or just, killing the Texans in this game. If anything, the Texans are going to try to keep this game close, and that's why I'm favoring the Texans possibly even winning this game or, backdoor cover here on this spread.
Yeah. Are you a backdoor cover man today, Aaron?
Oh, yeah. I backdoor, front door. I'll take it any way I can get it from Houston because my fantasy team depends on it. CJ Stroud saved my whole fantasy season. I was starting in a bunch of leagues, and last week he saved me. So now this week I'm just going to keep rolling with the Texans. I have to keep rolling with CJ Stroud after what he did for me last week. So this is a loyalty play. I know Bengals are hot, but if Stroud is slinging it, he can make a couple mistakes and still get back in this game at the end and get into the back door at the end. But yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher on the road against Cincinnati. They have a good defense. They have a good pass rush. So I think it is going to be a tougher assignment for him. He's not going to throw for 450 yards again. And, but maybe that was his coming out party last week. It could have just been a one-time thing, but maybe that was a sign that he's going to become one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. I have to take that chance. I have to go with the upside and pick Houston here.
Absolutely. So we're Texans. We're all clear on Texans. That one.
Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas.
Yeah. So that means poor Dorothy.
Am I on panel?
You're going to the island, Dorothy.
Really?
Yeah, we're all drinking the Houston Kool-Aid here.
Yeah, good place.
Good.
Look who you get to go with, Dorothy. You get to go with Prince Andrew.
Well, Dorothy, this is your comeback
Branson
game.
guy and Hillary Clinton.
If you win this one, that would have been the jinx on all of us here. So.
Yeah, I do double or nothing on this one.
Double or nothing. Wow.
No. Unfortunately, you don't get double or nothing on that, but you can enjoy your time with Hillary Clinton. I saw a picture this week of Hillary Clinton meeting Mother Teresa, and Hillary mentioned Mother Teresa, and I don't know if this is real or not, but it sounds like it could have happened. She says, "Hey, there hasn't been a female president yet. I'm hoping I can be there, but I wonder why the universe is such that there hasn't even been one yet." And Mother Teresa answers back as, "Yeah, there hasn't been one yet because she was aborted."
That's the joke.
I don't know if that's true or not,
good.
but I'll take Mother Teresa's word for it.
And because
I don't know if it's true.
Sorry, Dorothy.
That would be something. Yeah.
Right.
And because us women are crazy.
Oh yeah, remember the hot crazy scale episode that we played here on the ChabDog show, where you got to see all women start at a 5 crazy. They're already halfway there.
Yeah, I think that was for Aaron. But I'm taking this new medicine. It's making me crazier than normal. I'm like, yeah.
Oh wow. Get some extra
it's for a research study. It's making me cray.
Get some extra for all of us, please.
Unless it's just the Scorpio sun, my birthday in a week. But
well, there's that too. Yeah, Scorpio.
I'm acting crazy.
Oh boy, Scorpio. Oh. All right, game 4. The Packers are at the Steelers. Too bad ChabDog's not here. He'd love to talk about this one, break this one down for us. Steelers are a 3-point favorite. 3-5 Packers at the mirror record. 5-3 Steelers in how do you pronounce that? Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh. Acrisure, really? Is that the best? Pittsburgh, is that the best you can come? Acrisure. I mean, what? It's 3 fucking rivers. Hello, you didn't move the stadium anywhere else or Heinz Field. This Acrisure bullshit. Anyway, Packers are 16-7 against the spread as underdogs. Which they'll be here 3.5 under Matt LaFleur, and no 3, full 3. Steelers are 7-1 this season. Steelers 7-1. Oh, 7 to the under. Yeah, fuck the under. Steelers are 3-0 outright against the spread against teams with losing records. Okay, Green Bay qualifies. Steelers are 8-2 against the spread off rest, and they're coming off a bye week, and they've had 5 straight covers off bye weeks. So some strong odds there for Pittsburgh. Give me the Steelers, and I'm looking at the whole field. In fact, we just doomed the Steelers, everybody, because we all took them. Abe, are you really sure the Steelers are going to win here? Do you want to change it here because this is going to doom the Steelers? We all took them.
Well, as a Packers fan, that would be great. I would love to see the Steelers flop in this one, but unfortunately, the Packers are. How do I go? The Packers are a dumpster fire. Light it up and catch it on fire. The Packers are a dumpster fire. No, listen. The Steelers, look, the Packers and the Steelers aren't the greatest teams here, but the Steelers are definitely a better team than the Green Bay Packers. The Steelers have beaten the Titans, the Rams, the Ravens by more than 3 points here in the last month. I mean, that's a good sign. That's and as we know, the Packers, I don't think, are any of those teams.
No.
The other thing that's going to help the Steelers is this is a home game for the Steelers. They've had a few extra rest days than the Green Bay Packers. All these little things that are really just saying that the Steelers are going to beat the Green Bay Packers by more than 3 points in the game today.
Well, Aaron, I don't think even Giants fans fear the Packers anymore, do they? Should Steelers fans fear them?
That's one team I would actually enjoy maybe seeing if Tommy DeVito would lead us to a victory. Pretty sure they're schedule though, so we'll just have to enjoy the Packers sucking by taking the Steelers and hope that they can get it done as a favorite. I love the Steelers as an underdog. A little nervous as a favorite, It's you get 3 in the hook, so they have to win by more than a field goal, which this offense is coming around a little bit. Deontay Johnson's back. That certainly helped. They're getting the running game going a little bit. So I think the Steelers can get it done, just barely. They'll probably win by 4.
Yeah, we got the even 3 here on our board here. We're lucky. And Dorothy, was the Steelers your pick or JP's?
Both of ours.
Okay, so this is a mutual.
Yep. Including our
Giggity, let's have sex.
You're like the bookie said.
That's the joke.
Pick the Steelers in this one.
All right.
And that's
we should get your bookie on the show. Curious to hear his thoughts.
One day.
Bring him on sometime.
One day we'll
bring the
I
bookie.
could. Yeah. His name is Ormond.
Well, Game 5 is a game that you're going to find very interesting here, Dorothy. It's the 6-2 Detroit Lions at the 4-4 Los Angeles Chargers today in SoFi Stadium, where Dorothy is currently on the way to in Inglewood, California. It's 4:05 Eastern. It'll be here at 1:05, and the tailgate's probably open right now. So the Lions are 29-13 against the spread in their last 3 seasons under Dan Campbell. That's a pretty darn good record against the spreads. That's been making money for people. 18-7 against the spread in the last 2 seasons, and that's both the best in the NFL. So they're obviously a darling of the bettors here. Lions are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games, and Justin Herbert. But Justin Herbert's 12-8 against the spread as an underdog. So that's one thing going for them. I think things are just overwhelmingly tilting towards the Detroit Lions in this one. They're definitely a better team than the Chargers.
Poppy's starting to hit. Watch out, world.
Yes.
Put me down.
Yes, Lions all the way.
Dorothy, you're the expert here. Break this one down for us.
Well, let's see. Experts, what do we think about this Lions game today?
It's gonna be a close game. They have super good defense. Their passing defense sucks though, surprisingly. Mm-hmm. But on paper, we shouldn't even be close.
So there you go. You have it from the Lions fans on the way to the game. So we're pretty confident we'll do well. We're super excited too.
Mm-hmm. We've all taken the Lions unanimously here, Aaron. Do you think we've made a mistake?
If we all pick the Lions, if we all pick any team, it means we made a mistake. So, I Lions because I couldn't resist. But it looks like a square play, and it's suspiciously low. We know the Chargers don't have the greatest home field advantage. So Lions minus. Do we have it at -2.5?
Yeah.
Lions minus. It looks super. Chargers they had a nice win over the Jets, although a lot of it was just the Jets' offense malfunctioning. The Chargers' offense wasn't amazing in that game, but they'll do better against the Lions' defense. But you have to. The Lions are turning into America's team. We all like to rally around the Lions, and I'll have faith that the square pick pays off, and the Lions take care of business. Hopefully they won't disappoint us, and we can actually all get a pick right.
Yes. And we are coming out for a bye.
That's another plus. There you go. Hopefully it's a surprise here. We get Detroit by a touchdown or so.
Well, sometimes I get worried off a bye, like the team has a little bit of cobwebs in their corner.
Well, Dan Campbell smash the cobwebs.
Friends out here. It's already been here.
We could use some healing though with Montgomery and Gibbs, so that would be good. It was good that we had the bye week. So go Lions!
Yeah.
And coming into a Thanksgiving here, it's exciting. It's going to be great to rally behind the Lions in this Thanksgiving matchup, and I can't. Yeah, great to see them rally behind the nation today. It's going to be the national game in the afternoon. So, right on. All right. Where the Lions go, the TV crowds follow. But on to Game 6.
Oh, yeah, it's going up against the Giants game. So a bunch of people are going to be watching the Lions because no one's going to want to see the Giants on Fox. Everyone's going to be on CBS. They're going to be watching Detroit. Should be a good game.
Well,
yay!
But our game 6, the next game is the 2-7 Giants at the 5-3 Cowboys. And when they put this in way back and they did the schedule, this was the bigger game by far. This was going to be the marquee game at 4:25 p.m. this afternoon from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Cowboys are 6-0 against the spread after a loss since the start of the season. The Giants are 1-4 against the spread on the road this season, and they're playing in Arlington, Texas. Texas,
only steers and queers come from Texas.
Cowboys have covered 10 of the last 13 meetings against the Giants. And but, oh my God, the line here. We're playing with, well, actually, we're not playing with that line. That's even bigger. Holy crap. That's a 17.5. We're playing with 16.5, people. 16.5. Who wants a piece of that? 16.5. I'll take a piece.
I want
it. Give me a big piece of that 16.5. I'll take it because I got no faith in that whoever's cousin that is playing quarterback. I mean, you can't give Colin. I mean, just give Colin Kaepernick a job and get it over with, man. Come on. Aaron, you're the lone wolf.
The Giants are a dumpster fire.
Oh, big time fire.
Tommy DeVito is your quarterback. The Giants are a dumpster fire.
What is the probability DeVito throws a pick six, Aaron? 50-50?
Tommy Magic. It's all about that Tommy Magic. He looked a lot better against Las Vegas than he did against the Jets. The Jets, I mean, coming into the Jets when he barely had any first-team reps and the Jets have a tough defense, it was just a nightmare scenario. And he didn't look like he belonged on an NFL field, but he looked a little better against Las Vegas. Maybe he does enough to keep the Giants. It's going to be up to the Giants defense. The Giants defense was pitiful against Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And they are going to need to play a lot better against Dallas. Dak Prescott's on a roll, but maybe if the Giants can get him under pressure. The Giants are good at pressuring the quarterback, whether it's not a four-man rush, but I think Martindale's going to let them Magic and going to bite.
Okay, but you see the Gilligan's Island clip playing right now for Epstein. So you know what that means.
Yeah, I love being the Giants. Worked out recently, so I feel more camaraderie with my guys and everyone. It's us against the world. It's just like Michigan thought with their Michigan against the world sweatshirts. And even though slap on the wrist, they acted like it was like the worst thing of all time. They act like Coach Harbaugh is going to die, and then they'll just see him on Monday because he's still out at practice. And it didn't make much difference against my Nittany Lions. But for real, this is Giants against the world. And please make this competitive so I just have something to do this afternoon. Maybe I'll be watching the Lions game by the end of the first quarter. I guess I'm glad that game's on.
Yeah, that's what you'll have to do. You'll be able to watch the Lions because I think this is.
We'll get a backdoor cover with our backups now, Matt Barkley of fame. So maybe he'll lead the backdoor cover effort. You never know.
Didn't I see Barkley in Star Trek? Was he in The Next Generation? That Barkley?
It'll be Barkley and Barkley. We could have the Barkley and Barkley team in the backfield there with the quarterback and Saquon. Although if Matt Barkley's in the game, they'll probably just rest Saquon just to save him for some meaningful action, which is probably not for another couple of years.
They don't want to run out of Barkleys. Wow. Dorothy, I'm surprised you didn't want to get on this Giants action. What makes you a cowgirl?
What makes me almost a cowboy cheerleader in 2003 is that we looked at this first score of the first week of NFL and we were like, whoa, remember that?
That's a good point. That's a good point. But guess what? Daniel Jones is not going to throw any interception this game.
It's the first time in my life my heart broke. Giants. Like I felt really bad. Remember I wrote, poor Aaron.
That's right.
Oh man, what a way to! That was an absolute nightmare. At least this time we'll see it coming. The line was like 2.5. It's like, oh man, Giants.
We all took the loss there except for ChabDog. ChabDog took the Cowboys in a 40-0 drubbing. Dorothy, you are so wise to remind us of that. Thank you. Man, I took the Cowboys just because I'm stupid. That's a good reason. Wow. Aaron, you got one more chance to get off the island. Do you want to jump ship and come to the Cowboys?
I don't really.
I think me being on the island. If I wasn't on the island, I might jump ship. But being on the island with this team, and Tommy DeVito is going to make New Jersey proud. So
that's good.
No, I'll stick with it. I can't pick against the Giants. The only thing I have going is spread. I mean, this team is hopeless.
Yes,
it really. So I have to just pick the Giants to give myself something to root for here.
Hey, Abe, can you hear Aaron channeling his tank there as he talks about the futility of just knowing he's going down with the ship? Can you hear that little tank in him there?
I think he would be more tank if he was just like his team was feeble and they were going to never ever win another game this season.
Probably true.
His team is
Giants team.
I really think they're going to beat Las Vegas, although that was before starting quarterbacks. But still, oh my God,
Las Vegas. I mean, what was that? 30-6 on Las Vegas, and we're saying he did great. He did a little better. You looked a little better. We only lost by 24 points in this one.
You don't look better than again against the Jets. So that was insane.
Listen, I don't know. I can tell you that this game. I mean, everything is really screaming for the Cowboys in this one. But listen, the Cowboys can, maybe they can dip on this one. But if they do dip, I mean, that's shame on the Cowboys for dipping on this game. This is a home game for them. A lot of things are swinging for the Cowboys. So. That's all I got to really comment. And I mean, the only thing that's concerning is that they lost to the Eagles, so they're coming off a loss here. But they played the Rams. They beat them by 23 points. A little weak against the Chargers. They beat them by 3. Mm-hmm. So they're somewhere in that range, and I think they're going to be on the high end. But we'll see.
All right.
Let's see what 2-7.
We got 2 games left here. Let's
Giants.
jump to Game 7. The 4-5 Washington Commanders at the 5-3 Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks a 6.5-point favorite at Lumen Field. Oh, it was Quest Field when it opened. Lumen. Who knows? I don't know what a Lumen is, but anyway, it's at Lumen Field in Seattle.
Games. It's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
It's just sellouts. All these sellouts here. Commanders are 4-0 against the spread as road underdogs this season, so you got that going for you. They're 4-1 against the spread overall on the road as well, so they're a strong road team here. Commanders are 8-2 against the spread in the last 12 games as underdogs, and it's a 6-point dog here. Seahawks are 4-1 against the spread in conference games this season with 4 straight covers, and this is the NFC now, because Seattle's not in the AFC anymore. They haven't been for many years. Seahawks have also covered 3 straight games against teams with losing records, and last time I checked, 4-5. Yep, Washington's got a losing record. So for all those, for some of those reasons, give me the Seahawks and minus 6.5 to beat the former Washington Redskins. But let's start with Aaron. You like the Commanders.
Commies. Let's go Commies. I don't really believe in the Seahawks. The Seahawks offense doesn't blow me away. They don't get the ball to DK Metcalf and not as much as they should. The running game has kind of tailed off a little bit. And Geno's not the Geno of last year. He kind of looks like backup Geno again. They have improved on defense. I'm just not a huge believer in the Seahawks team coming down the stretch here as a contender in the NFC. So I'll take the feisty Commies on the road with almost a touchdown in the point spread. Sam Howell just whipping it around. He is the true gunslinger. He's either getting sacked or he's just throwing the ball downfield. Yes, so let's keep Sam Howell upright and fling the ball into a backdoor cover, and even an outright win, because I'm such a non-believer in Seattle. Maybe an outright win for Washington.
Wow, total non-believer. Abe, are you a non-believer as well?
I'm a non-believer as well. I think Aaron kind of hit it on the head for me as well. What can I say? Sam Howell definitely has much better numbers than Geno Smith. The other thing that I don't like about the Seahawks is that they really haven't beaten too many teams by more than 6.5 points, which is our spread here.
Pathetic, feeble, horrible Giants on Monday Night Football. That was the only team that they beat by a lot of points. It was only because Daniel Jones threw one of the worst pick sixes I've ever seen in my life.
Bend over here. It comes again.
They just lost to the Baltimore Ravens so bad, 37-3. I mean, that was not good. I mean, the Seahawks beat the Browns, but they only beat them by 4 points. And then they beat the Arizona Cardinals by 10 points. So that was really when they were, looked like they were shining a little bit. But the Commanders aren't the Cardinals either. I think they're a much better team than the Cardinals, and I think the Commanders can, at the very least, keep this game within 6.5 points.
Well, Dorothy, is Geno Smith a bad boyfriend? Because you took the commies here.
I did, and this was a JP pick.
That's right.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm a little off this week. A lot of these picks were JP's picks this week. So my bookie was siding with JP a lot this week. So I was not saying Commodores on this one, but I am. Final answer.
Okay. Excellent.
Because of JP.
Texas only steers and queers come from Texas.
Wrong button.
That's the joke.
There we go. And why can't I get number 1 working? Well, we're on game 8 here on the schedule here.
I still might be the spot.
Yeah, right.
Oh well. Game 8 on the schedule here. The Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. 3-5 Broncos. Surprising 3-5 Broncos at the 5-4 Buffalo Bills. Bills are a 7.5 point home favorite here. And everybody is all over the Broncos. ChabDog's taking the Broncos. Aaron's taking the Broncos. Abe, you're also taking the Broncos. Let's start with you. Why are you taking the Broncos?
Well, listen, I'm going to put it to you this way. The Bills are in this weird, funky spot this season, but they've mostly been a disappointment in the last 5 games. So last 5 games, the Bills have just been a little bit of a disappointment here. I will say this. The Bills haven't been able to beat any team by 7.5 points since week 4 of this season.
Whoa.
Including the Mr. Fire Giants, which they were only able to beat by 6 points.
Yes.
Come on, brother. The Broncos have also, the Broncos also been kind of garbage this season, but they did manage to beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week and the Green Bay Packers, which is kind of shocking. So they're kind of on the upswing here. So we've got the Broncos that are kind of on the uppity up right now, at least in the 2-game winning streak. You've got the Bills who just lost to the Bengals, but haven't really been able to beat a lot of teams by 7.5. Also, the Broncos are coming off a bye week, whereas the Bills are not coming off a bye week. So all things really are screaming for the Broncos to keep this game at the very least within 7.5 points.
All right.
Wow.
I want to see you nodding your head that way. And Dorothy, you're nodding your head.
No, JP and I agreed on this one. And JP says his 3 words were, "It is cold."
Yes.
In Buffalo.
Yes.
Even though Denver too, but not as cold as Buffalo. So, yeah, we agreed on this one.
Yeah. You and I are the only two that are taking the Bills here.
That's crazy.
Bills, yeah, they're. I don't think the Broncos travel very well, and I think they've come as far as they're going to come. And I think this is the Bills at 5-4. If they're a good team, they start winning from here and losing very few, and so they're not going to get another 4 losses this season. So they're going to move ahead strong, and they're going to start by just chomping over Denver and covering 10-point spreads. Forget about 7.5. So give us the Bills. All right, but now it's time for Dorothy. And what would Dorothy
Yay!
do?
Okay.
And I don't have a slide for you
yes,
this week,
9:46. I don't know if you had what I sent last week, and it's okay if you don't.
I'll look for it.
The picture of me in the Michigan Wolverine tank spying, because I have been spying for a long time on Michigan. As an Eastern Michigan University alumni situated 3 miles from Ann Arbor, I used to spy on them quite a bit for enhancing my education at Eastern. I did do my internship there, so I was spying on what they did. And things that I learned at University of Michigan by spying on them was, number one, I picked up on this great idea to classify food as green, yellow, or red. And what does that remind you of? Green, yellow, and red.
Squash, avocado or broccoli, and then red. I don't know, like a tomato.
Very nice. I like the food analogy, but think about when you stop and you're driving.
Oh.
A stoplight.
Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh. And so I worked at a grocery store as an internship where we actually labeled the foods as green, means you can eat a lot of them. Yellow means, keep your eye on the portion. Red, once in a great while. So that is one thing I learned by spying on Michigan as an Eastern Michigan University Eagle. Another thing I learned in my last 2 minutes is University of Michigan students in late April, early May, traditionally do an interesting form of exercise, and that is called the Naked Mile. I don't know if you've heard of this, but they get their cardio.
Like it already.
They get their cardio in by all running through the campus naked for 1 mile. Especially the seniors. This is what they do during the graduation. It is good for the cardio, depending especially on how fast you're running and what your heart rate is. Preferably 60 to 70% is your best fat burning heart rate. And for someone about 40 years old like myself, 47, that'd be 120 to 130 beats per minute, which is a very light jog, not a real fast run. But I will tell you, if you're thinking women running without clothes on, because, we do wear these contraptions called sports bras.
Oh, yeah.
And so what the women do, I'm dead serious. This is all real. I'm not kidding. But this is what I learned on my spine. They wrap themselves in saran wrap to run through the Ann Arbor campus during the Naked Mile.
Saran wrap.
And that is your bit of knowledge from dietitian Dorothy, what I learned spying on the University of Michigan.
Wow. Is anybody else getting any morning wood around here? Hello?
I think, you can't say those things around Mr. Well-Read. He's like Mr. Giggity. He's like Mr. Giggity. He's Mr. Giggity. He's like Giggity.
We should all take a field trip to Ann Arbor and during the Naked Mile.
Giggity, let's have sex.
Broken machine.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of this.
I know, I am really surprised as well. I thought I knew of all funny things like this going on.
Hello.
Always something new.
I did not do it.
Did you fogged up my glasses?
Yeah.
Talking about that.
I initially did not do it, nor have any of my sisters, because a couple of us attended. But I do have some friends that have done that. But my sister said she did see a man riding his bike with like a little spinny top and a flag, naked, just naked.
Wow.
like that day. She's like, this is for real. This is crazy.
I feel like we could go to parts of downtown Los Angeles and see the same thing.
That is true. That is true.
But it's an all-day run for them.
Everyday thing.
It's an all-day, everyday run. The Naked Mile. Wow, that's great.
So we had a pretty good day yesterday in college football, and there was a game in particular that we need to discuss today, and that was Penn State. And Aaron, I know we touched on it earlier, but we want to get to it again here because now we got you and Dorothy in the same room. And yeah.
Oh.
Did you really think you had a chance? Did Penn State really think they had a chance to win this game? Harbaugh.
No, Penn State did. I predicted they would lose by more than one score. Although it should have really only been one score because they messed up these 2 2-point conversions. So it really should have. But I thought they were going to lose, and they didn't surprise me, unfortunately. Offense stinks. Quarterback stinks. Wide receivers stink. They were able to run the ball a surprising amount, considering their running game has been pretty mediocre all season, but that gave them a chance. They should have had 2 touchdowns in the first half, which would have been nice because scoring 14 points is a lot against that Michigan defense, but they only came away with 9 because they screwed up 1st and goal from the 3, and they screwed up the 2-point conversion when they should have just kicked the extra point because James Franklin thinks his offense is something special, and it's not. So just kick the extra point. They were down. They would have been down 14-10 at half. They kicked the extra point. Of course, Michigan adds a field goal in the second half. So instead of being down 17-10, they're down 17-9. They end up chasing that point, but it doesn't really matter in the end because their offense until the game was almost over, their offense was completely feeble in the second half. And then that put a lot on the plate of the Penn State defense, and they just over pursued. The ends were just rushing upfield to try to get to the quarterback, and that was silly because Michigan only threw the ball 8 or 9 times. So a lot of the times they're rushing upfield and leaving the hole open for the running back when they should have. They were having success when they were playing the gaps and they were staying at home and not overrunning the play. They're having a lot of success against the running game, and just a couple times they got too aggressive and Michigan burned them for these long runs, and that turned out to be the difference.
Yes. Yeah, they burned them. But it's not that Penn State played it, but I thought they played well for who they are. But they're just not the caliber. Sorry.
They played well for having a bad offense, but everyone thinks the offense should be a lot better because the quarterback being a highly touted prospect. So,
what do they think he's as good as Todd Blackledge?
Add on to the service. If you come in saying the passing game is going to be useless, then they played a decent game.
Yeah, do they think he's Todd Blackledge good?
He's nowhere near Todd Blackledge.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, as Sean Clifford, who everyone couldn't wait to get rid of Sean Clifford because Drew Aller is going to win the Heisman Trophy, and look what happened.
Yeah, Clifford's got better numbies. Now, Dorothy, do you believe in conspiracy theories?
Do I believe in what?
Conspiracy theories.
Oh.
No,
well, I definitely think that. Yes, at this point in my life right now, yes, I do.
It just seems like the powers that be want to take this guy down and take him down hard, don't they?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's no question, like, University of Michigan, I thought this was just in our state, but I think a lot of schools, like, kind of envy them because they can be a little haughty-taughty. But I think people, of course, want to see someone go down that they covet what they've got going on. So, you certainly are not going to pick on the losing.
What you talking about, Willis?
I mean, they can't be hoity-toity.
Like
you're from Michigan, I haven't known a Michigan grad yet that wasn't hoity-toity, and I don't hold that against them because, they got a pretty good school. They should be proud of it.
School. Yeah. I mean, yes. So, I think, everyone still signs. Everyone does it, So I think it's a little exaggerated, but our team is just like, you know what, let's just show them and just, really kick the butts, even though our head coach won't be at the main games.
Well,
so
they took it out on.
Wasn't there somebody crying? There was somebody crying at the end of that game, I think. Wasn't it like the interim coach? Like,
yeah. That's a good. I like that version of it.
I didn't, because I was at Universal Studios being a parent. We had it on our phone, but I didn't get to see like details.
It was horrible.
But I mean, that might have. Maybe they were replaying the basketball fan from years ago that they saw during the March Madness, the Michigan guy. But I will say this all started with Michigan State calling Michigan out. And Michigan State, if we don't remember, had a major scandal 2 months ago with their coach in the sexual harassment thing. We barely remember that, right? Mm-hmm. So, of course, you want to get the attention off your own school and move it toward another school. And they have been successful about that, Michigan State. But that's really, in my opinion, one of the big parts why this all began. Because they have a coach that got in trouble for the sexual harassment. And actually, JP and I were kind of wondering, I wonder if University of Michigan Wolverines planted that lady.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so
but generally, Michigan doesn't pick on Michigan State that much because they're not too worried.
He shouldn't have planned. Mel Tucker was a bad coach. I mean, he beat Michigan 1, so that was all he did. I would have let him just stay there. I don't think there was a need to plan anything on him. Just let him keep losing at Michigan State. I think that did them a favor. They could fire him with cause. They don't have to pay his contract. I think Michigan State planted on him, not Michigan.
Conspiracy theories.
You're right.
There's way more than I thought
You're
going
right.
on here, but we got to jump back to in our final moments here. Abe, you got to tell us about NASCAR. Somebody won a race last week. Somebody won a season.
I know, right? I mean, NASCAR has been really great. It's so nice to finally see this season come to an end, and of course, I'm gonna blog about it here. As far as the all the total standings. But definitely love the fact that we have a new champion. And what more can we say about this? We have our final standing here with, of course, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney coming in say about this as being this year's season winner. So
wow.
He is. He did it. I mean, we thought Kyle Larson. I know Dorothy put a lot of stock in Kyle Larson. But he did come second in the point standing. But Ryan Blaney did come out on top here in Phoenix as being the NASCAR Series Cup champion. Of course, Dorothy, she definitely had a commanding lead over everybody this year, and she is definitely our ChabDog Sports NASCAR Series champion.
All right,
and
Dorothy.
I owe Dorothy something. I know I owe Dorothy something. It's just a matter of us getting together. But she definitely gets a prize. She gets a prize from me. Maybe it's taking her out, taking her and JP out, or doing something and being on my dime or whatever.
Yeah.
But she definitely deserves some for being such a great psychic and picking these NASCAR games. And I think if she's in Vegas, I think she should put $20 on like 3 drivers there, and maybe win a little money.
Yep, she knows
because
something.
she's very good at picking these NASCAR drivers.
Yeah, next weekend I will be in Vegas, so perhaps I will. And thank you, Abe. It's always so fun hanging out with you. I always tell my nephew how fun it would have been to have you at Universal Studios because you are just full of fun.
Well, especially on the Mario Kart, I'm pretty good at that game.
Yeah,
So-
we
Okay,
did.
guys. It's
We did the
10
Mario
o'clock.
one?
It's time
Yeah.
for kickoff.
All right,
Everybody,
guys.
enjoy your games out there, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for everybody on, and we'll see you again next week back with ChabDog, and make sure you go to chabdog.com. We'll see you next week. Bye.